Hey, hockey fans, and welcome back to another edition of Puck My Life. We took last week off of the podcast, but we're back at it again this week with our Team USA game experience video. And tonight I am joined with Cody. How we doing tonight there, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing well. It was a little warm today, but overall the weather's been great here in Michigan. A lot higher temperatures than what we're used to this time of year, so it's kind of weird. But I'm hanging in there. But I'm looking forward to the cooler weather on the horizon.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, it definitely coming. And when it seems like whenever we get to this change in Michigan, that it's like, okay, hockey is like here, baby. Like it is right around the corner, and I am excited for that. And I'm also excited for tonight's podcast where we're talking about the Team USA out of the USHL. If you're not familiar with the USHL, it's the United States Hockey League. And this map that I have here kind of gives you an idea of where some of the other teams are that are located in this league. It's not a very big league. We kind of talked about this in a previous video when we mentioned the Muskegon Lumberjacks. But Cody, I'm kind of curious as to your opinion. I kind of compared it, the style and the level of play with the OHL. Would you consider these guys to be on the same level or higher, below? I know this league doesn't have as much prestige as the OHL, but as far as the gameplay and everything, would you say it's pretty on par or completely different?
It's getting closer. I think it's starting to get. I wouldn't say it's on the same level as the OHL or any of the CHL leagues quite yet, but it's came a long way from the time that I've been watching hockey. You're seeing more and more guys that are from these teams that are getting drafted by NHL teams. From what I can see, it seems like a lot more of the guys that play in this league tend to go the NCAA hockey route, whereas the guys, that are playing the OHL are going to stay in junior hockey, hoping to take that jump to the AHL or hopefully NHL is what they're looking for. Definitely, I think the USHL's up and coming.
Yeah, I totally agree. And is this a league that you would like to possibly one day, if at all possible, to see every team, or is this kind of one of those leagues like, if you're kind of passing through or have some extra time to go see, is that kind of how you're handling, or how would you, what's your outlook on this league?
I'd say closer to the second one. It's something be fun to check out. I need to get over and see the Muskegon Lumberjacks still. I had a buddy that back in the day played for them, so they've been a team on my to-do list for a while. So I think it's kind of a neat league. They're especially all over the Midwest here, so definitely a league to, when you're in the area, definitely check out.
Yeah, and it's nice that we do have a couple of teams close by. We already mentioned the Muskegon Lumberjacks and obviously Team USA. But then Chicago Steel isn't really that bad, and then the Phantoms are about the same distance. The only other team that I've seen in this league is on their home ice is the Madison Capitals. But the funny thing is that in watching this league, it seems like every time I go and watch one of these teams at home, it's like I went to Muskegon, watched them play Green Bay. I went to Team USA, watched them play Green Bay. I went to Madison and watched them play the Lumberjacks. So it's like I feel like I'm just watching the same few teams every time I go to a new arena.
Don't trust this map. There's only 4 teams in the league.
Yeah, just disregard everything to the left of Chicago there. But it was cool when I was out in Madison. I got to see them take on the Lumberjacks, and that will be our next game experience that will be dropping later on this week, so stay tuned for that. All right, so Team USA development team plays at USA Hockey Arena located in Plymouth, Michigan, and for us it's a 2-hour and 13-minute drive, roughly 108 miles, so it's not really that bad. It is definitely doable if you are going for a later puck drop around 7. I mean, when we go to games like this, we are getting home around midnight. It's not ideal, but it's what we have to deal with living this far away. But definitely something for us that we can run and do in one day, and we don't need an overnight stay. And so here's USA Hockey Arena. We actually went to this game. It was on December 30th of 2021. And it's actually a really nice building. It's kind of got, like, when I first walked into it, the building kind of has some like newer additions to it, where it kind of has that like more modern feel, but then like when I walked in here, I kind of felt like I was stepping back a little bit. I felt like this arena had some more character. I felt like there was definitely some more history. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cody, but I believe the Plymouth Whalers, this was their home building for a while. Am I correct on that one?
Yep. So the Plymouth Whalers played here, and then when the team ownership changed hands, they moved to Flint, and they're now the Firebirds. The U.S. National Development Team program bought the arena, changed name to USA Arena, and I think they did some upgrades when they purchased it. So I think that was back in 2017, or give or take a couple years, right around there, I believe.
Yeah, I'm definitely guessing these red and blue accents were part of the upgrade to make it the full red, white, and blue for USA Hockey Arena. So one of the first things that we like to talk about when we go over our game experience reviews is the parking. The cool thing about USA Hockey Arena is it does have its own parking lots, and the coolest thing about it is it's free parking. I've actually been to a couple of games there, and they don't charge you for parking, and it's a great arena. If you look at this overhead shot, you'll see it is divided up into like two rinks. The one closest to us in the picture, that's like a practice rink. When we were there for one of the games, there was some little tykes in there. They were playing like half ice games, and then the main part, that's where we're at for the development team. But yeah, really cool that they don't charge for parking. I don't know if they ever have. They might have in the past, but I know over the last couple of years that I've been going to games down there, they have not charged at all. So I'm gonna just get rid of that. Cat jumped up on the table. All right, next up is tickets. So instead of going back and actually looking at what we paid for tickets, I felt like this time around we should go and see what it's actually costing for somebody to go to a game today if you were to go and watch them. So right now, if you pre-purchase your tickets for the game, it's only $16, which is a great price to go see these guys. And then day of the game, you're only going to pay $18. So, but I will warn you, and this is a warning from myself and Cody, that if you do order tickets from these guys, just beware that they are going to be calling you and asking you to buy more tickets and get season passes and everything. I haven't had an arena call me as often as these guys have. You'll probably get a call from Spencer. Shout out to Spencer. He's doing a good job down there. But yeah, so just expect that when you do order tickets from them online. And they do have the box office in there. You can get them straight at will call if you just want to go the day of. All right, next up is merch. Now, one thing I did not expect was their merch selection. So you got the USA Hockey Arena Pro Shop. And as far as the USHL and the three teams that I've seen, this is definitely the biggest pro shop that I've seen for one of these teams. I mean, they had a lot of stuff in there. I mean, this place was packed. The cool thing about it too is that we were seeing they had jerseys from other countries. You can see there next to the red accent on the wall, there's like a bunch of sticks for all the NHL teams. There's hats and other stuff. Now, what was that? There was another team I couldn't remember, Cody. I was hoping you could. That also shares it, and they're like a couple leagues lower, and they're that orange and black.
The CompuWare.
CompuWare, that's what
team,
it was.
Yeah, it's high level. I forget if it's
in a midget league.
Midget league, yeah. Some of the top level traveling leagues in the state. I think like a lot of NHL talents played through them. I know Dylan Larkin played with them, so kind of they're a well-known team in the Metro Detroit area.
Yeah, and they had right there, you can see behind the guy, there's that orange and black. That was some of their merch that they carried in there. They definitely had a great puck selection. You can see here the pucks that we ended up getting, and it's just the 2020-2021 official game puck national team development program sponsored by TCF Bank. So this puck was like right around $8. nothing too crazy. The blue ones there in the photo, those were like a foam puck, and then they did have a bunch from other past years that they still hadn't sold yet. Other stuff that I did get while I was down there, I got this T-shirt. This T-shirt was on sale. This was only $5, which was pretty cool. And then I picked up this hat, even though it wasn't for the time that I went, but it's from when their championship run when they won in 2020. And when they clearanced out their merch, I mean, only $1 for this hat. So just a cool little addition to the shelf, and it was great to have. So yeah, cheap merch, great selection all the way around. All right, next up is concessions. Now, concessions is one thing that I would say that they could improve on, but at the same time, too, it's not a very big arena. This was definitely a big enough concession stand to take care of everything, but it was all your regular food. A lot of stuff that you would just see mainly like at like a high school varsity football game or something. You know, it's nothing out of the ordinary. They did have on the other side of the arena, they did have a kiosk where you could get adult beverages, but that was about it. There really wasn't a whole lot around, but the prices seemed to be okay, and they were definitely moving some stuff. All right, atmosphere. So one thing about Team USA is they don't really fill the building. I mean, you can see here like this is for warm-ups, and there's like nobody there hardly for warm-ups. You can see on the other screen there, that's after the game is over, and there's just a few people like sitting in the stands. There really wasn't a whole lot going on. To get rid of this again. But yeah, it's the one thing of this whole experience that I have to say is that I was really like disappointed in, I guess, in a way, was the atmosphere. I thought with all the people around, this being in Plymouth, I thought there would be a ton of people at this game. And then you got they only had the 2 suites. Cody was bringing those up in the pre-show. But yeah, they just had the 4 little suites there on the side, and it's not a really big arena. I have seen pictures online where they do pack this place, especially I think when they get more of the international teams that come over and play. But on nights like this, where they're playing, you know, the Gamblers or some other team, they're just not filling the building.
I think an important caveat is they do have, because it's the national team development program, I think they have 2 squads that they kind of run.
Yep.
So they have the U17 squad, which is who is playing on this game we went to, I believe, is against the Youngstown Phantoms. And then they also have the U18 squad. So I think the U18 squad is a little bit bigger of a draw because most of those kids are in their NHL draft year, and it is a program known for lots of players going pretty high in the NHL draft. So I think there's a little more excitement around the U18 team, but with the U17 team, they're up and coming, so not as much excitement.
And the U18 team will play against D1 teams. We've seen them on the schedule against Michigan and some other teams as well. So definitely a unique squad to go out and check out. One cool thing I loved about the arena is they just had a lot of stuff for history just all over the building. That was really cool. I mean, if you ever go down to this arena, try to get there a little early or stay a little after the game just to kind of go around and check out all the cool little stuff. There's stuff all around the arena. I didn't have enough time to get pictures of everything, but they even had like banners of previous players and where they're at in the NHL, and like it was actually like pictures of them and everything. So it's just really cool. If you ever do get a chance to go down here, check them out. I really strongly suggest going around and looking at all the history that is just on display at this arena. All right, so that wraps up the game experience as far as our take on that. But next up is the puck score. So this is what I gave him, Cody. I gave him a 39, which is 10 for parking, 10 for tickets, 9 for merch, 6 for concessions, and a 4 for atmosphere. This so far has been the lowest score that I've ever given a team in the atmosphere category. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's hard to beat the parking or tickets. I mean, free parking, cheap tickets. I mean, and then the concessions, they were for team, for like a minor league team, like you said, I think they really do have probably the best merch line, especially that clearance section. There's a lot of gems in that clearance section, as you displayed. So yeah, I think definitely the two biggest areas of improvement, definitely atmosphere and concession. So I'm sure like you said, I'm sure they've got nights where they sell out, and I bet it's exciting in there. So hopefully we can get down there again sometime and see a game, and hopefully there's a few more fans out there, and especially if you're a fan of, I mean, American hockey, it's worth checking out just for the number of big name players that have gone through that program. You never know who's going through, who's there now that might, be a big NHL name in a few years. So I think I agree with everything I see here.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, and as far as the WoW/X Factor, there wasn't really anything that kind of like, oh my goodness, this is crazy that they do this or whatever. So 0 out of 3 for that, giving them a total score of 39. So, but it's still, for me, definitely a team to go back and see for sure, especially if you got a free Friday, Saturday night or something like that. Head on down and check out Team USA. It's a, grab the lady, cheap date, go down and have a good time.
Very family atmosphere too, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and would you? Obviously, you would go back again for sure.
Oh, sure, yeah. Especially if you have 5 kids, you want to go throw them in a van and go see some hockey. Like you said, parking's free, tickets are cheap, so
it's definitely a good time. All right, so we just want to start letting you guys know as we start to get here closer and closer to hockey season starting, to mark your calendar for October 1st and the 13th. This actually might change. I was just saw a message not too long ago from Mark, and we were scheduled to go and see the Firebirds home opener on October 1st. Not sure if that's happening. It sounds like that might be in jeopardy at this point in time, but we're going to go see the Motor City Rockers. The tickets have been purchased for that. So be sure to go and check them out this season if you haven't already. The game experience for that podcast will be coming out. We're going to try to drop that within a week or two of us going down there and doing that. So as of right now, those, I guess, really right now, the only one that's 100% confirmed for the next couple weeks is the Rockers. Mark did say if we don't go and see, I'm looking at my notes here, if we don't go and see the Firebirds on the 1st, you can catch us there on the 19th. So we'll be I'll try to have that officially updated for you guys by the next video, so you guys can know where to find us. And if there's any other games that we're going to be going to in the month of October, we'll be posting those as soon as they are confirmed. If you haven't already, go over and check out the Puck My Life Instagram. You can go down to the link in the description below and see when we're going to be at some of these games, see some of the in-game content, exclusive pictures, videos, reels, all that kind of stuff over on the Puck My Life Instagram. We'd love to have you go over there and follow us on Instagram. And that wraps it up for tonight's game experience with the Team USA development team. And we're starting to knock all these teams out. We still got a few more teams left. I'm looking at the schedule here. We got Madison Capitals coming up. Hopefully going to drop that video around Wednesday. And then Cody, looks like Cody will be joining us again on Friday as we talk about the Edmonton Oil Kings. So that'll be kicking off our first WHL game experience. So anything else, Cody, before we let everybody go for the night?
We got some hockey's just around the corner. We just finished up the prospects tournaments, training camp starting soon. That means preseason games will be coming in a moment, and then we're not far away from regular season NHL and all these other leagues starting up. So everything's just starting to get started.
Yeah, I feel like in a way that this upcoming season is definitely going to go by fast.
Oh, too fast.
I don't probably know. Yeah, so we have a lot of things that we're trying to work out, possible road trips and all this kind of stuff. So stay tuned as we start to get some more of this stuff confirmed with some of the guys as far as what we're going to be doing. We'll be dropping that stuff and let you know if we're going to be at a team near you and we can do a meetup or something like that. And we'll let you guys know. But like I said, as of right now, the only game 100% confirmed that we have bought the tickets for, we're going to, is the Motor City Rockers, October 13th. So be sure to check us out there. So you guys have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you in the next one where we talk about the Madison Capitals. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time.